Hello and welcome back to Yansplaining. My name is Stencil Artist Yan, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Peephole Circus. Hello.
Hello.
Tonight, I'm thinking we're going to talk about New York. Do you know New York City has the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, the largest Chinese population out of Asia, and the largest Puerto Rican population in any city in the world?
Even Puerto Rico.
Yes, which surprised me a lot.
If I was from New York, a New Yorker, born in New York, I would move to Puerto Rico.
Well, they must be twinned. You know, when you get those signs where it says New York twinned with Puerto Rico, they must have one over there, and you'll be like, "Well, we're twins. Where's my twin house?" This actually amazed me, but up until the 1920s, May the 1st was moving day in New York City.
What? Moving day?
It was the only day you were legally allowed to move apartments in New York. Everybody had to move on the same day.
Oh, right, apartments. Okay, I just thought you meant moving in general.
No, not like moving to work, not going to work, but so you wanted to move to another place, and it was August.
May the 2nd.
May the 2nd. You'd have to wait a whole year before you were legally allowed to move.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
But it was the only day you were legally allowed to move. It must have been some kind of caveat.
Yeah, so what did the people who sell houses do all year?
Wait until that day, I guess.
I bet they were busy that week beforehand, though.
Do you just get everything ready outside?
I dress as Father Christmas.
What? Is that a statement, or is that to do with this?
Well, once a year you get to sell houses. It'd be like Father Christmas, wouldn't it?
It would be like Christmas. That week before would be crazy. The rest of the time would be quiet, especially May the 2nd would be very quiet.
Mm-hmm. It'd make things easier. It'd be like, when are you moving? May the 1st. Same as me.
Same as everybody else.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something to do with like the chain. Everybody has to click. You know, like one person has to move and move and move and move and move.
I reckon they probably play the song New York, New York, and it stops for a year and they're all just sat, and it plays for one day, May the 1st, and they all move one house to the left, like you said, like that clicking game.
Oh, like musical chairs?
Yes.
I see what you mean now.
It sounds like fun when you put it like that, doesn't it?
It does. Everyone just moves one house to the left.
Yeah, until you sat down for a year. That's not so great. In silence.
Silence. And because you're a bit slow on getting the bills in, you've got no electric either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, you don't need it. You can't play music anyway.
No, that's true.
Can't even move.
No, can't get out of your seat.
Get it.
In 1780, the winter was so bad in New York City that New York Harbor froze over. As a result, people could walk from Manhattan to Staten Island on the ice.
You say walk. How long did that take them? It would have been quicker to catch the bus that's now invented for another 50 years. I don't know what I'm talking about. You get the point.
I know what you mean. Yeah. And why would you be walking there? You're like, oh, I'm just going to walk across this ice. Why? Because there. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's why they don't move for a year. It takes so bloody long. They just wait till May where it starts thawing.
You know, in Batman, the one with Bane in it,
Rises.
In that, they make the police walk onto the ice, don't they, over the frozen river?
I didn't like the film. I've watched it twice, I think. I don't remember anything about it.
Don't you remember? Well, they had all the Batmobiles, didn't they? They took all the Batmobiles and all of his equipment. Yeah, it was quite good. I quite enjoyed those three. The second one was really good.
I'm saying nothing.
One. Oh, okay. I'll take that as it wasn't your favourite.
I hated it.
Oh, okay. Is that the review on the back?
Yeah, we're off subject, but yeah, let's put that. I give Batman nothing out of 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Peephole Circus, Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
UPS, FedEx, and other commercial delivery vehicles receive up to 7,000 parking tickets a day. That results in approximately $120 million in revenue for the city a year.
Oh, so it's almost like they're working for the government then.
Almost like they ticket people's parking just to make money, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're in cahoots.
Well, I don't speak French, but if you say so.
We'll ask Einstein later.
Ask
Just roll his eyes again.
That's a lot of money, though, to give away for parking tickets.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. We're on to him. Yan.
We are. Talking about things being surprisingly appearing and disappearing, which we weren't really, but I'm going with it. There was a mile-long island called Hog Island, and it used to exist to the south of New York Island. It disappeared after a hurricane in 1893, never to be seen ever again. This whole island.
Is it? It could be just me, but I'm starting to think that there's more to the Three Little Pigs story than meets the eye.
Are you assuming they huffed and they puffed and they blew the island away?
I'm saying nothing. I'm winking. You can't see me, but winking. I said winking, and
Okay.
yeah, I think there's something up with that. But was it full of pigs?
Well, it's called Hog Island, so I'm assuming it was. Do you think this is where the Three Little Pigs story originally came from?
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you said it in a weird cryptic way, which confused me, and it's just clicked in my head.
Yeah, I think so. There's something to it, isn't it?
That is strange. I never thought of that. We'd have to research into when the Three Little Pigs story came out, and if it was 1894.
Because we all know that they all must be fact somehow. I like to take my face value. the whole island condemned by a wolf.
Blown away by the... I wonder if that hurricane was called Wolf. It wouldn't be called Wolf. That would have been far too on the nose, wouldn't it? There's a bar in New York. It's called McSorley's. I don't know why it's called McSorley's. I'm guessing that's the guy who owns it. It's one of the oldest bars in New York City. And it was the last place which didn't allow women inside.
The good old days. What year was this again?
1970. So they actually had signs outside saying no women.
But you were allowed to smoke.
You were allowed to smoke inside, and women were allowed to smoke outside, but they weren't allowed in to use the toilet.
It's only fair, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Well, if there's only a gents' toilet, it makes sense.
True. But if there's no women allowed in, why would they put a women's toilet in there? Not
Exactly.
that women care anyway, because you're in a nightclub and women they're always in the men's toilets, aren't they?
Exactly. They're always in there, or they're like, "Oh, I'm in the gents' toilets." Ha ha ha. You're like, "Yeah, lady, I'm trying to have a poo here."
Wait a minute. They don't come in the little cubicle area very often, but
I do have a story about this very quickly. I went to, it was a Revolutions up in Watford, and we'd been out for something to eat. I had a bit of a funny tummy, and I was like, I'm going to have to go to use the toilet. Went inside there, and for some reason, they'd taken the doors off the stalls.
Right, so it was open air, kind of.
Yes, I had to.
Well, people were just walking in like evening.
Yeah, there's me sitting on the pot. Like, there's the man doing the aftershaves, the looky man, trying to get you to freshen up for the punani. And there's me sitting on the throne going, all right, there's people come in, doing my business.
How ill were you? Were you on the toilet, like biting on like a stick, crying, why me? Please, Jesus, help me. And like crying the works, Sunday night kind of thing.
It was like Dumb and Dumber. Worst thing was, where it was if you went to wash your hands and check yourself out in the mirror, which you looked in the mirror, over your shoulder would have been me sitting on the toilet.
I'd rather see the devil, but you probably did see the devil that day, didn't you?
Yeah, it was, that was a hell of a thing.
But look on the bright side, at least there was no women in there.
Finally, you're partial to a foot-long hot dog, aren't you?
Why don't foot long? Yes, okay, why not?
I would have thought you would have been, but
in Wales the hot dogs go the other way, so they're wide instead of. They're exactly the same. Imagine this hot dog, but you tilt it 90 degrees. That's what our hot dogs are like. They're wider but narrow.
They're wide and narrow, and the bun is really, really wide opening.
Exactly, like I said, almost exactly the same, just tilted 90 degrees.
Yeah, but you've only got two tiny little strips of bread on each end instead of the length of it. You've got it on the width.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're exotic in Wales.
We are. What can I say?
It's a curse. It's a principality, posh like Monaco.
No one does hot dogs like the Welsh.
No.
What was the fact about the hot dogs again?
Sorry, it can cost over $289,000 for a 1-year hot dog stand permit in Central Park.
How much? 100,000?
$289,000 for the permit for one of those little hot dog trolleys.
So how much are they selling the hot dogs for?
Well, let's say you sell them for $5 each.
Well, I'd have to be more. I'd put them at that price. They'd be worth what, $200?
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to sell like thousands.
If you want mustard on it, you're gonna have to sell your house, which is going to take a year to save up. But luckily,
luckily, there's only one day. Imagine if you went to get a hot dog on May the 2nd.
Well, I bet there was a price increase because there was less pigs, because they couldn't put their eyeballs, lips, and teeth and bumholes into the sausage meat. Delicious Hog Island sausage meat.
Hog Island, and all they had left was Einstein's brain and eyeballs. That's why it's kept in a safe.
Oh, now we know. We know.
It's all starting to come together.
It's all adding up.
It's all adding up. That is, I think, the end. Thank you very much, Peephole Circus. Anything else to add?
Good night.
Good night. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell.